Hey guys, Shadylikeatree here, and welcome in to Reminiscing with Shady, episode 59. This is Jet Moto 3. Jet Moto 3 was developed by Pacific Coast Power and Light, published by 989 Sports. It was released on PlayStation and then PSN, which is no longer what it's called. It was original release date was August 31st, 1999, and then it was re-released on the PS3 February 21st, 2008. So let's talk about this game. I've done a Reminiscing with Shady, I believe, on Jet Moto 1. I will try to put a link in the description for that specific Jet Moto Reminiscing with Shady, because a lot of that will talk about kind of what's still relevant. But for this episode, I kind of wanted to talk about what kind of is different and some of the more memories I had with this game, because this game to me has sort of a little bit more story behind it. So when I was a young lad and this game came out, you know, I was a little bit older than 10 years old. I had some friends and we played this game a lot. And there are some issues with it. You know, there's some physics problems and things of that nature, which is, I think, one of the reasons why we liked it so much and why we still like it so much. But we would make little bets on this game. You know, whoever would win or who would do better and things of that nature. We would say, oh, you have to buy me a bag of Skittles or a bag of M&Ms or whatever it happened to be. I liked M&Ms at the time. My friend liked Skittles, so it kind of worked out like that. And we would like all day race. And I was okay at the game, and he was a little bit better than me, so he usually ended up coming out on top. But anytime I had better scores, better times, and I won laps and things like that, it was always a nice little moral victory. You know, this game was the last in the franchise, and I'm kind of upset about that, but I understand at the same time that this game didn't sell at all, or very well. It was kind of just not great. There were a couple of games developed after Jet Moto 3. There was Jet Moto, I believe it was like 2124 was developed, and then there was one, another one after that. I forget the name of it. But a couple of those were developed and canceled because of various reasons. You know, it was production, lack of funds and sponsorships and things like that. Because we know that Mountain Dew sponsored the first Jet Moto, and I don't remember if there are any sponsors in the. I think this is Mountain Dew sponsors this one as well. But they tried to get some other sponsors for the other games, and it just didn't work out. And the games were buggy, and they weren't. I don't even know. They just weren't. They weren't living up to the hype of the first one, I guess, which is what all of these are trying to do. So, you know, that's why I think that the first one's kind of the best one of the franchise, is just because you really can't beat perfection, and it really was perfect. I mean, you could improve the graphics, but all in all, the first game was just absolutely perfect and well done, and I was really happy with it. And you know, this game, while it's still fun and while I have the stories, and here's another good story. My friend and I, we were gonna go. I forget where we were going, but we were trying to play. We were trying to play before we were getting ready to go somewhere, and it was going to be a long drive. And his mom at the time had, well, I guess she still technically is his mom, but his mom had said that, you know, we were getting ready to leave. You need to turn off the system. But we were like, no, we're doing our best ever. We were crushing it. Well, I think he was actually the one playing, but because we were doing a championship mode. But we were like one race away from beating the game, and we hadn't saved in a while, and so we were trying to hurry. And she goes, you guys have 5 minutes, and sure enough, right before we finished, our 5 minutes were up, and she shut off the system, and we lost like 8 races worth of progress, had to redo it all over again. And those races are not easy, let me just say that much. They are incredibly difficult. These tracks are much more technical, as you'll see right here. I fall off. These tracks are much more technical than the first game. There's more hazards, more dangers. You can fall off more often, as you'll see me as you'll see me do quite a few times, and I kind of have it planned into winning. But you know, it was just one of those moments where it's like when you have Game Boy. You have Game Boy Yellow and Game Boy Red and Pokemon, and you're in the middle of a battle and you can't save, but you have to be somewhere. And this is exactly kind of one of those moments where it's like, I wish we should have saved, but at the end of the day, we did end up beating it. It only took us a bunch more tries, and we always had a good time playing this game. This game was always a game that brought me and this particular friend together, and I still talk to him on occasion. It's always good to kind of, you know, get with him and talk about the old days, and also see kind of what's up. And this is a game that brought us together, and still kind of does. So I just had to show this one to you guys, and I picked the two tracks that are kind of the most familiar to me, because this one's just really hard and you die a lot, and it's a slalom and it's ice, and yeah, it's just difficult. As you can see me here, I'm bouncing off each side of the walls. But I hope you guys certainly have enjoyed this episode of Reminiscing with Shady. This has been episode 59. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video off here, and take care, guys, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and I wanted to ask you lastly before I go, what do you guys think of the new intro? I happen to love it. I think Daniel did a great job, and yeah, I'm going to start using that from now on. And so there's going to be this little bit of a different format using that, and it's going to get to the video quicker. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.